Six games of hoops on a Saturday night. My name is Levi Jacob, and this is your daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. I cut out the whole entire beginning part because I wanted to say a very special welcome back to Jason Tatum. He played on Friday night. He's going to play again tonight. It is currently Sunday. I'm excited. I'm excited for this season brings for him. I think it makes the Celtics a must-watch team right now, including the rest of the season. Like I'm very, very interested to see what happens with the Celtics. I want to see how the team dynamic plays out. The first game looked great. He was against Cooper Flagg, who a lot of people compared to him coming into the NBA. Really looking forward to the rest of what this season holds for him, including the fact that he's on my fantasy team. Jason Tatum is on my fantasy team, and I thank him for coming back because he's gonna definitely help my odds. Okay, let's get into the game of the night. The Brooklyn Nets beat the Detroit Pistons. This is game of the night just because of how close this game was. Zaire Williams made 2 3-pointers in the final 3 minutes to put the Brooklyn Nets up those 2 points. And this ended a 10-game losing streak for the Nets. Michael Porter Jr. had 30, 13, 1, and 2 with 1 block. Noah Clowney contributed another 16 points off the bench. Zaire Williams, as I mentioned before, had 23 points. All of his shots were 3-pointers, 5 of 8, and then he was 8 for 8 at the line, so really played well for them. Tobias Harris was the lead scorer of the Pistons in this game, 10 rebounds for him, 8 of 14 shooting. It's never what we want to see is Tobias Harris, the 32-year-old, be your lead scorer. There was no Cade Cunningham in this game. There was also no Asar Thompson. As I mentioned last time, he is injured. He's out indefinitely. They don't have a timeline for when he's going to be back. I really still think that there's a lot of people who said in the comments last time that he's replaceable on defense. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think that they have a lot of good defenders. I just think that he's able to guard everybody, and he's so switchable. I don't know. I value him a lot, and I think it's a little bit scary for their finals odds for him to be out for so long. Jalen Duren had 17 and 14 with 2 assists and 3 blocks, 7 of 19 shooting for him. Dennis Jenkins jumped into the starting lineup, 4 of 9 shooting for him, but 11 and 9 with 2 steals. Very, very nice game, coming into the starter minutes as the backup. However, as I mentioned before, the Nets pulled this game out. And this kind of goes more to my argument and a lot of people's argument as to why Cade Cunningham should be an MVP consideration, number one. And number two is he's literally their whole offensive system. Really incredible. Really incredible. Okay, next. The Philadelphia 76ers played the Hawks. They just didn't show a lot of effort even until the end. Maxey went out 2 separate times. Towards the end of the game, he went out. But Jalen Johnson just had 35 and 10 with 7 assists. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had another 24. They weren't as aggressive as they usually are. VJ Edgecombe wasn't in this game. Joel Embiid wasn't in this game. Paul George is obviously still out. And the rest of the team just didn't, support enough, except for Quentin Grimes. He had 26, 6, and 3 with a steal, 9 of 15 shooting, 41 minutes for him. Tyrese Maxey, as I mentioned before, went out. He was out and in, 12 for 22 shooting, 31 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, but 5 turnovers. Kelly Oubre Jr. actually was showing a lot of effort, to his credit, 24, 5, and 4 with 2 steals for Kelly. But on the other side of the ball, CJ McCollum also chipped in 17 and 7 assists. Dyson Daniels had a 15, 9, 4, and 2, 7 of 10 shooting. As I mentioned last time, he's getting his shooting, like he's taking smarter shots. He's taking Dyson Daniels shots as opposed to what he was doing before, just chucking up threes, which made no sense for him. Man, this Hawks team is on a good run right now. I think they're 6 in a row. 6 in a row. They are now 1 or 2 games above 500. And they are in the play-in spot as we speak. I think that they will likely move up at least a spot or 2 by the end of the season. The Sixers, I don't think they need to panic. I think that they need to stop playing Tyrese Maxey so many minutes when nobody else is out there with, next to him. Because I think that you can end up in situations like this where you got, potentially injured twice. I think there was no further reporting. It seems to be that he's doing okay. We'll see tonight. Probably going into tomorrow with another game, but I hope everything's okay with him. You never want to see a player like that injured. And he's special. Okay, next, the Magic. The Magic beat the Wolves after the second half, where it was close going into the half. The Magic were still up, but it was close going to the half. The Magic just they just went for it. They fully went for it. You felt their energy. Nobody on the Wolves aside from Anthony Edwards could get anything going. Paolo Banchero also was playing well. He had 25 points, 15 rebounds. Desmond Bane had 30. This is Orlando's third straight win. But on the Timberwolves side, Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert was another one that was hitting shots. Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels. Wow, Jaden McDaniels, he was 0 for 9. He didn't hit a single shot. He was 3 for 4 at the line. Julius Randle was 6 for 14, but it was much worse when you're watching along with this game. Dante Vincenzo also, by the way, did not hit a shot. 0 for 6. 0 for 6. That's really pretty bad. Naz Reid was trying to help out as much as he could. Also, Ayo Dosunmu, he was 1 for 6. Like, it was really sad to watch. And Ant does this thing now where I think he's testing his teammates, honestly. He keeps trying to pass Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert keeps missing the ball. It's like the most aggravating experience of life because Anthony Edwards is so skilled as a passer now. He's getting so much better at playmaking, and Rudy Gobert just doesn't catch the ball. It's like his hands are covered in butter or something. It's really terrible. Anthony Edwards, though, put up 34 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals with 2 blocks, 8 of 18 shooting, 5 of 9 from 3. Every time in the beginning of the game, whenever he's shooting, it's just basically a step back jumper, like from 3, and he's hitting them. It's beautiful to watch. It's crazy. He's very contested each time. It doesn't matter. He's becoming a shooter, really a top tier shooter. And I know that was the story last year, but this year it looks much more effortless than it did last year. And I think that in regards to testing his teammates, he's not demanding the ball as much because he's like, okay, I need you to get going. I need you in the flow of the game. Otherwise, we're not going to win. That's what happened this game. He got subbed out with, I think, 5 minutes left, and then Finch subbed out everybody else also with about 3 minutes to go because he was just hopeless. It was so hopeless. You could see that they just couldn't get anything going. Again, Jalen Suggs was all over the place this game, in tandem with last game as well. Anthony Black went out again. I hope he's okay. And just a good win for the Magic. They need it. They needed this win, moving forward into trying to vie for a playoff spot. Next, the Clippers beat the Grizzlies 123-120. Kawhi Leonard, Garland, and Mathurin were awesome in this game. Kawhi Leonard had 28. Darius Garland had 21 and 6. And Mathurin off the bench at 21 and 10. Isaiah Jackson off the bench, by the way, 12 and 12. Very, very nice for him. And this Clippers team looks like it could still be something. I think it won't always look that way. I don't trust Kawhi Leonard's health and Darius Garland's health also. But it's fun while it lasts, at the very least. I'm enjoying it while it lasts. It's a competitive game. It's a good game. I really like what the Grizzlies have going on. I like the competitiveness of their young core that exists on this team. G.G. Jackson, I'm still impressed with. Scottie Pippen Jr., I think, he's so underrated. He's actually really underrated. Ty Jerome, another really underrated player, 7 for 17 in this game, 23.7 assists and 3 steals. But just, he did this all in 25 minutes. He's very underrated, Ty Jerome. Jalen Wells, another one. He didn't play so well in this game, but he always does. Taylor Hendricks that they got from the Jazz. Taylor Hendricks had 18, 4, 2, 2, and 2 with 1 turnover in 26 minutes. He's been looking like a good player, which he, in my eyes, really, I was never impressed with him on the Jazz. Like, he's getting minutes, he's getting the opportunity. He looks awesome. Cedric Howard, 15 and 7 in this game, 22 minutes. This is the second game back. I just like it. I like Cam Spencer, by the way. Sorry, miss Cam Spencer. It's not that all these guys are having such prolific scoring nights or putting up, so many assists or boards or whatever. Just the chemistry is good. You can see it. The chemistry is good. If I'm a Grizzlies fan, I'm a little bit happier than what I was earlier in the season when they traded Jaren Jackson Jr. And I was like, okay, so what's going on here? What's the deal? I like that Thomas Isolo is having them play good basketball. That's what I really care about if I'm a Grizzlies fan right now. And he is. It's like a competitive brand of basketball with guys in and out of the lineups. It doesn't matter. They're all playing their part and they're playing really well. The Bucks finally get a good win over the Jazz, but that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do if you're the Bucks. 27 points for Giannis, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists as the Milwaukee Bucks snapped a 4-game skid. Keontae George had 22 points in this game for the Jazz, 4 of 17 shooting. Kyle Filipowski, 14 and 11. Cody Williams, I think this might be his best game as a member of the Jazz. 13 and 11, he was 4 of 12 shooting, but again, I think it's his best game as a Jazz because he doesn't usually have great games. Bryce sends him off the bench at 17 points, but the real story of the game is this Bucks team a thing? Can they be a thing? Can they find the rhythm for a playoff spot? Kyle Kuzma, 18 points, 5 assists. Ryan Rollins, 13, 11, and 8 with a steal and 2 blocks. He's awesome. He's just awesome. This one I'm excited about. Ousmane Dieng, okay? 11, 8, and 9. Love it. 4 of 8. He played 32 minutes. This is what I was looking for when he was playing next to Giannis. I know that he's capable of this because he came from the Thunder. You always watched him play with the Thunder when he came in and a bunch of guys were out. He would just do stuff like this. He's a very, very skilled player. I'm excited to see what he can do next to Giannis, and they really need a guy like this. They really need somebody who's able to bring a little bit more potential to this team, and he's doing that for them. And I hope that this continues. I hope that this good pattern continues, and they can make the playoffs, at least for Giannis' sake, because otherwise it's a huge waste. Last game of the night, SGA scored 27. The Warriors put up 97 against the Thunder's 104. So here's my thing. I'm really impressed with the Warriors right now. I'm really impressed with the Warriors right now. They're playing, their record wouldn't necessarily tell you, something good. They're playing really competitive basketball. I think this is more competitive than they were playing earlier in the year with Jimmy and Steph on the court. This is competitive basketball. I like to see this. Guy Santos had 22 and 11 with 3 assists and 2 steals. Brandon Pajemski on 6 of 17 shooting, so it wasn't the best percentages, but still 17, 6, and 6 with 2 steals. Draymond Green, 16, 4, and 5 with 2 steals. He's not fouling out because Steph is not on the court anymore because he's learned that they can actually play competitive basketball without Steph being on the court right now. Steph, by the way, back in this lineup, replacing somebody like Pat Spencer who went 4 for 6, but Steph he's just prolific. It would look great. It would really look great. With the extra, I don't know what Pat Spencer is scoring. The other, I want to say 24 points a game. Let's say he's scoring 5 points. I think Steph is somewhere around 29. He's literally still in his prime somehow. It's good. It would look good. They would have won. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very impressed with the Warriors. However, I'm always more impressed with the Thunder because the Thunder. 14 of 15 for Shea at the line. 27, 5, and 5 with a steal and a block. Isaiah Joe had a nice game as well. 18 points. Jalen Williams, big man Jalen Williams, center Jalen Williams because J-Jab is still out. 9, 14, and 4. 6 turnovers. That wasn't great, but I like him hitting the 3 ball. It really helps open up the offense for everybody else. Kason Wallace had 4 steals. This was one of the Thunder's worst games of the season, and they still managed to win. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of this. They had no other big men, by the way. AJ Mitchell is still out. Tobic was not there either. Alex Caruso also was out. I heard a really interesting discussion on a podcast I listened to recently about who the Thunder are going to play in the playoffs, because you usually shorten it down to a 9-man rotation, 9-man rotation. I think the Thunder are going to play probably 11 guys. I don't understand that Jared McCain is going to play in the playoffs. Maybe he'll play here and there. I think they're just going to go off of who's feeling it at the time, because I think they're just going to cycle through. They have a bunch of guys that can shoot threes, hot and cold about it, but they have a bunch of guys who can shoot threes. I really think that they're just going to cycle through guys and be like, okay, let's see if you can hit a couple threes. Are you feeling it? Okay, no, great, move. I think that they'll play 11 guys solidly because they've been doing it all year and they've been successful all year, and I just don't understand why. I don't understand why you wouldn't do it if it's working for you. That was your daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.